Hey folks, Quilly here, and welcome to Let's Try Slipways. Slipways is a pretty relaxing take on the space colonization strategy genre. It actually builds itself as a 3x game as opposed to a 4x game. It's a game that focuses on exploration, expansion, exploitation, but not on extermination. There's no combat in this game. It is turn-based, you've got all the time in the world to think, but it's not going to take you all the time in the world to play a game because the creator of this game targeted about 60 minutes for a complete session of Slipways, and it is truly very lovely. It is also pretty cheap, so before you start whining that I'm making you guys spend some more money, luckily this one's not too expensive. We're going to do a standard run over here. You can see actually I haven't played very much. It only came out a couple of days ago. I have had a code for this for a while. My apologies to the creator that I didn't get around to this really wonderful little game until now. But we've got, you can pick a different place to colonize. As far as I know, all we're doing here is setting effectively the randomized key. But again, it's one of those games where you can share the key and compare and contrast your score. We've got difficulty settings over here. We've also got a button to quickly randomize to another sector of the same type. And then one of the ways that you're going to have increased replayability and variability between runs is you get to choose your council that is sponsoring your colonization of this sector of space. There are 5 races. You're going to pick 3 of them, so that's already a lot of different combinations. And in addition to that, once you've picked your 3, you're going to pick 2 perks. Each one of them offers 2. You can't pick both from the same person, so you're picking 3 races and then picking a perk from 2 of them. You can just randomize these as well. If you just, you don't want to micromanage, you just want variation because you've played your 100th game of this thing, you're like, all right, just give me something different, and you can do that. They also come with different technologies, so there's going to be a fairly significant different experience depending on who you pick. We're going to ignore that aspect of the game over here because it's not going to make much sense. But here is the main interface. So we've got this wormhole over here, which is our originating sector, and there's actually quite a big expanse of space that we're ultimately going to be able to get there. We have a 25-year term as the governor of this sector, although you may have noticed in the game setup screen, there's also an endless mode that you can play in, as well as a campaign mode, and what was the last mode? Is it like challenging? Something like that. The first actions you're going to do is you can click and hold, you're going to be sending out probes. Now, I will note that in the game settings, there's an option by default, it's off, called Stable Probes, and if you get this game, you'll see this little, it's got this cool little like bloop bloop kind of animation thing here. I'm not keen on it because it does make it a little harder to tell exactly what planets you're going to be scanning over here, so I quite like the fact that they've got an option to turn that off. There's one other thing I would like an option for if the developers are watching this, or maybe I'll email them, talk about that in just a minute, but it has to do with holding down Alt. So, once you sent out a probe, you'll be able to identify the planets around, and you get to choose to colonize them. So here we've got planet Bradbury 7. It is an Earth-like planet. Now, when you set up a colony, there's actually different types of colonies you can set up. We could set up a hive world here. Hive worlds are planets entirely covered by densely packed habitation, fully utilizing the planet's potential to sustain population. So this hive world will consume grain or food and produce people, and as it levels up it will need goods as well, so grain and goods to continue to level up to the higher levels. It could also be an agro world. Agro worlds are entirely dedicated to automated agriculture, allowing for maximum yield in food production. So this will consume robots and produce food, or it will require robots and I think that's called biomass. I don't remember what the green stuff is called, but green goop basically. Or we could do a Gaia world. Planet's abundant natural resources make an ideal candidate for supplying planets that lack those. So this will use workers and produce the green goop. I think they're nutrients, and water. Different planets have different types of colonies available to them. This arid planet only has this in here, and some planets can, in some runs, will not produce anything. So there's desert worlds and lava worlds that will normally not be accessible, but depending on what races you use and then what you unlock via quests, there may be some extra exploitation available. We might want to like base our original setup on, what is this, Gorid 7 here, because it can only produce one type of thing. It takes water and food and produces people. What we can do is we can scan a little bit more of an area. Now, each one of these scans is costing me 3 credits. It's also advancing time by 1 month. but it seemed pretty important to do. So let's say we decide, okay, we're going to consider starting over here. It will need goods later on, but it only has one choice, so clearly we're going to base it on this. What we can do is we can hold Alt on a planet, and it'll give you a preview of the possible trade routes that are available. So we can see this planet has 4 neighbors that it can trade with, right? That's because there's the dash lines, period. On each one of those neighbors, one of their possible options will be people. You can see we can export people to all those, but it's not guaranteed. For example, if I do the monoculture farm over here, I actually don't need workers over here. But the trade route can still exist because trade can go in just one direction. And we can see that we've got neighboring planets that will be able to produce food and water for us with our trade. So let's go ahead and just do this. Now, this original planet is currently struggling, and the reason is its needs are not met. Struggling planets will lower happiness. If your happiness gets too low, you can actually be fired and lose the game. But the other thing is the happiness acts as a score multiplier. So if you end the game at 100% happiness versus 50% happiness and otherwise have exactly the same points, you will score twice as much if your happiness is maxed out. So yeah, we've got resource shortages, unemployment on this planet, and it's struggling, so we've got a fair number of potential unhappiness modifiers. So the first thing we need is to get these needs fulfilled, and if we can get this person employed, that would be very good. So this planet here could supply us with food if we give it robots. That might be a possibility. This planet here could supply us with water if we feed it people. We can already get people here. Well, one thing you can do is you can right-click on one of these, and this can be your planned expansion over here, and it'll actually preview the trade routes for you, which is very nice. Oh, what I said it would be nice as an option for the developers is if I didn't have to hold Alt all the time, because it feels like I kind of always want this view, so that to me there's no reason never to be holding Alt, so it'd be nice to have an option that would just enable that. So theoretically we could get water here, and we'd be supplying workers, so there'd be a nice little loop, which would be nice. And you know what? This planet over here can provide food as long as we give it the green goop. Well, green goop is going to be coming from this planet. In fact, it'll also need water later, but this trade route will also supply that. So it seems like a monoculture farm is a pretty good idea. So what we'll do is we'll, and we'll go ahead and actually settle this. And we're going to deal with these tasks in a second. But I'm going to go and supply workers there. So this changed Bradbury from struggling to established, so it is currently not unhappy, which is nice. It can level up to successful if we fulfill 2 import routes and 2 export routes. Well, I'm also going to connect here, which will actually supply its 2nd export route. It's not importing anything from Chalice 9 because Chalice 9 provides food, which this doesn't need. You can see both of its exports, okay, it is called biomass. Both of its exports are dulled out because they are being consumed. The green stuff and the water, the biomass and the water here are being consumed, but it could use extra workers over here. Well, it is being supplied, but it can always use more workers to level up. And then over here, this place, you can see it's got its water supplied, so it's lit, but it doesn't have any food supplied at all, which is grayed out. So we're going to go ahead and do this, which will bring this planet up to abundant. And there we go. We've got a nice little loop. We don't have any unhappiness going down, and we're earning money from these trade routes over here. We get some trade income being supplied. We still have negative happiness potentially being generated from this planet because we do have a considerable amount of unemployment, so we'll see if we can get them jobs. But before we do that, let's check our tasks. So this system here, you're always going to get, well, I think after the first year, you get offered tasks. You get 3 tasks offered, 1 for each of the races in your council, but you only choose 2 of them to pursue. So, you know what? It might be kind of synergistic to grab these first 2, because what are these guys called? The Bakar want us to get mineral-producing planets successful. We don't have any of those yet, but okay. And the Tori, who are science-oriented, want us to get a lab studying minerals. Well, so clearly we're going to be trying to produce some minerals, and then maybe we can shove them into a lab. So I'll accept those 2 over here. I'll accept these tasks. There we go. So we've got these quests. We don't have a timer for this, although if you finish your run with uncompleted tasks, then you will lose some points. So you're really incentivized to do that. Plus, one of the big things is every time you complete a task per race, they level up, which gives you various benefits. So we do have this in mind that we're going to want to get some minerals. That's going to be cool. Let's do some extra scans here. I'm going to try to scan as many planets per scan as possible because it costs a little bit of money. That's not really the problem. Mostly it's the cost in time we're worried about. We do have some asteroids over here. They can be popped to give you money, and they give you 6 credits per colony in range. So ideally I'd like to wait before I pop them until we've got a little bit more spotted. I could also do, Let's do a scan over here and see what opens up. All right. So let's take a look at our situation here. We know we want to get some minerals going, and Tolkien 5 over here produces minerals if it's got workers. We actually can ship workers from Gorid, which is good. Now, if we do that, we're going to get a slipway that connects these two. By the way, name drop for the game. Slipway that connects these two. That will make it impossible to get trade between Worth and Bradbury, because the slipway will block there. Now, Worth is just an ice ball, so it's not really a big deal. It will also block trade between Foley over here, which could be a way to get more people into Bradbury, but Bradbury could also get more people from Prometheus, and potentially from over here as well. In fact, I'm going to give a scan over here, because we'll be able to pop 3. And so there's a few different ways to get it. So I don't mind that too much. This was going to get some mineral production going on. Right now, it needs just people, but it will later on need people and water to level up this mine. We've also expanded our reach a bit, so let's do a scan here, revealing more options. So we do want to get some workers. It looks like there's going to be a good incentive for us to get Strauss 1 producing as many workers as possible, because it's going to be able to supply workers to Tolkien and to Bradbury. So let's go. I'm going to right click over here. The plan is to build this. The problem is currently we have no trade that would provide biomass or food to this planet. So that might not be a winning play. What else we've got? We can get people from Foley, which will need, it doesn't go over here. I think that's circuitry and food. It'll be able to supply people to here and here, but that is it. Can't get a very efficient scan here right now. I already claimed this, so I really should be doing something because it's producing unhappiness for us. Maybe, you know what? Oh, you can undo! Oh, shoot, I can't undo because I did an action that revealed more information. Normally you can undo, in fact, as far as I know, you can undo multiple steps, there's no limit, except if something revealed new info. Like, for example, I did a scan, which may have been kind of stupid of me. We can consume people for water. This actually, Chalice needs water. I think this water export would be a pretty good idea, because we can get you up past struggling right away, and we satisfy more goods here. They need an extra export here, so ideally we expand to a planet that produces that requires food. Which could be this for people. Alright, well, we can do some scans over here. Reveal a bunch of new systems. We can get new people from this planet, but we have no other water export presenting itself, which might be okay. We can always set up a research for that, although we really do want to do the mineral thing. This thing is dragging down my happiness, which is just terrible. Ugh. Mistakes were made. You can... Okay. This would actually work pretty well. This colony here that requires circuitry and food. We can provide food from Chalice. We can provide circuitry from this Forge world, as long as it gets minerals, which it can get from over here. Oh, I have to say, it is a little easy to accidentally dismiss your plans over here. And it's going to get... Okay, well, first of all, there'll be a nice little circle over here. These guys will feed into each other very well, and then we'll get extra food. I think this is going to be a great little build. So we'll do that. Set up the trade over there. And you're going to do this. There we go. All of these are pleased. We still have this one cranky planet over here, which I may have goofed up on, unfortunately. We do have a nice prosperous world over here. Or it's actually successful. Prosperous would require it to trade with a bunch of other planets that are successful and have more imports. But it's still good for now. I think I can go ahead and do some more scans now. Okay, that's going to boop forces. Can I get that one? Yeah, I can do a 5 system. Now, some of these might be empty. The big ones tend to be planets. The little ones might be empty, might be asteroids, or sometimes they are planets as well, I think. Alright, revealed a bunch of space. We have some science. Oh, I got some science I can unlock. Hang on a sec. What do we got here? So freeze-resistant bot unlocks permafrost melting, so consume robots to produce water and ice ball planets. And lichen farms, which, okay, these both enable different production on ice ball planets. We've got an ice ball planet over here. What else do we have access to? Quantum sensors makes our probes just go further and be bigger, which is handy. I'm going to start with the freeze-resistant bots. So now all of a sudden, as long as we can produce robots, which we can produce robots from this forge world, from minerals, which it will be able to get. Okay, we'll do this. Now, do you have a sink? Yeah, you do, actually. And you can get green goop from over here. So you're going to do that. You're going to do this. We do need to get some people. I might have done this a little too fast. You can get people from here. You'll need water and food. No, that's going to work out okay. Boom. Okay, both of these planets can produce food or biomass. So we really need this one. Okay, I can get food from here. No, I think this is going to be better. This is going to be great, because what we'll do... Oh! Hang on a sec. I like this better. People for biomass, and then over here... Can we get robots? I can't right now. Now, there may be a robot thing over here, but if I pop it, I won't be able to undo. I'm going to risk it. So we're going to do this, which will at least level up this planet. No. You can get robots over here, but it's out of range. No, this planet's always going to be struggling because it can't get robots. So I've made some mistakes here. Which doesn't surprise me, because I'm trying to go a little bit quick for the sake of the video. And the nice thing about this game is you really don't have to be fast. Oh, I could have gotten robots from here, but I blocked it this way. Oh, curses. If I can get a tech that increases my slipway range... There you go. I can do this if I get a little bit more science. Can we set up a science lab now? I mean, we know we want to set up a lab that studies minerals. So to set up a lab, we need both minerals and people. Which we can get if we claim this planet over here. Yeah, actually, this will work out fairly well. If I do this, we can export people to here, and we should be able to get green goop back. You do need some other things, but I can at least make you do this. Okay, we're gonna get a setup here. I need some foodstuffs, but let me go and just reveal a couple of terrain. I can get food from over here if I ship biomass and robots. We know we can get robots from here. I don't know about biomass. Well, maybe from here. Alternatively, this place can produce food if we ship robots. Okay, this is going to work out. We're going to get robots producing food here, satisfying this. Wait, oh. Oh, I think it's obstructed. I was planning on getting the robots from there. Still, we can still get robots over here. People can make robots, or minerals can produce robots. I wonder if there's a mineral planet over here. There is not. I think we're going to need people make robots. And then we can get people from over here. Let's make some plans. That's the wrong one. Oh, wait, no, I want people. That's right. Which needs food, which you can get from a few neighboring places. Oh, you can also just get people from here. The problem is we don't have extra peeps available there. Can we get resources? We can get just goods produced by robots. Although right now there's no sorcerer robot over here. Do we have any unhappy planets? Yeah, over here because it still doesn't have biomass. Okay, we can get biomass from either one of these two planets. This will require workers or robots. Okay, if we do the robot variant, and here we can make robots, we need people. Now, we won't be able to have a connection from here to here, because it'll be blocked. You can turn some of the goop... Well, the goop's got to go over here, so it's really the water, but we can have people creating water. See what I mean? See, this is a great little game. What a wonderful little game. Okay, we can get a lot of minerals happening over here. Hang on, I know I'm sort of abandoning one corner, but... That's actually very good there. Excellent. Mineral planets made. Quantum sensors. Let me hold off on this a sec. Because I still want to see if I can maybe set up some research. I can set up a little research lab. Yeah, okay. Let's build our first research lab over here. Oops, not there. Let's build a research lab over here. And we are going to be able... So, with the research labs, you have to supply at least one person to work there. And in addition to that, you have to research a good. And when you can see here, the goods can be minerals, water, biomass, circuits, or robots. So what we're going to do is we're going to supply minerals. So that's going to be what our research lab is for. We're going to supply at least one worker. Now this is producing one research per turn. And it produces extra research for more workers and more of the resources, especially lots from the resource. So if we do this, we are now producing 3 science per tech. There we go. We got a lab studying minerals, and it's producing at least 2. So we've completed another task, which actually means we've completed all our tasks. We can do this. We got to increase the production of minerals, establish a lab doing circuits, and increase the number of circuits by 3. Well, again, let's go ahead and take this because it'll synergize. We'll try to produce a bunch of circuits, and then we'll try to research them. This planet is a little unhappy. It needs food, which actually it can get simply by connecting over here. This planet still needs robots, though, and can't. So unfortunately, Deuter 8 is never going to be happy. We're still losing overall happiness because we've got another unhappy planet over here, which needs some biomass from somewhere. We want this one. It can definitely get robots from a few different places. Alright, let's do it. We'll send biomass here because we can send more water over here as well. So, robots can come from either this Forge world or this Remnant world. Oh, we can get minerals, because it's going to be able to get minerals from over here. So let's make robots from minerals, ship them here. There we go. All right, all these guys are happy. But yeah, this one's going to be a drain on our universe forever. More research is revealing itself. Oh, there's our, we can put the long-range slipways, which I think is what I want to do. All right, just invented a project. Projects are built on planets. Click on planet. Yes. So my question is... could I get robots? Well, let's try it. If we do this, so now it's got 50% more range. It would reach over here. So let's hope we can get minerals to it somewhere. We can always abuse the slipways for more range. There you go. You're no longer cranky. You are. Let's do a little bit of scanning around. See if we can find you a source of minerals. And unfortunately, the answer is no. Oh, we might be able to. I bet you we can if this asteroid went away. Unfortunately, I can't get biomass here because this line is blocked. But we can probably set up... Is there anywhere that consumes water? No, so we actually don't want to colonize that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to colonize this now. Pop this asteroid. I guess it only counted as one, but I can merge you two, so you're no longer unhappy. I can't connect to here, but actually I should do this. Use a worker to produce it into a planet that will produce minerals and circuits. Actually, which no one can use right now. Should I just take the raw money? Our money's pretty good, though. Let's hold off. So this will be able to produce workers if we do give it minerals, which we can get from here, and food, which hopefully we'll be able to get from somewhere. What I'm going to do is I'm going to reveal this. I probably could have gotten that one at the same time. Okay, I'm going to pop this now to get it out of the way. Yeah, because all your exports routes are filled, although if you had extra workers, it wouldn't really help. You need to level up more. Okay. Need to do... Oh, it's just sending it to here! Well, I misunderstood that. Okay, that's fine, because we're going to do this. Send people here. It's going to send ore back, which is great. We just need food. Now, currently we can get it there. We may as well scan first. Just in case it opens up a different food route, which it did. This one might still be good. Robot and biomass. Which, actually, we can get robots from here if we send it people, which you got. Okay, we can do this right away. We'll go ahead and complete you. We'll do that. We'll send the food here, which satisfies this planet. And then... Oh, you can't actually reach a biomass planet. Okay, you can get robots from here. Because I think this was the biomass, but it's gotten cut off. Get robots for food or water. Oh, actually, I should do robots to water. Excellent. You would happily accept material and food. Can't currently get food. We might be able to if we expand over there. Happiness is still pretty good, which is nice. Oh, research. What do we got? Geo-harvesting unlocks harvest action on planets. Destroys the planet and quickly but inefficiently harvests the resulting raw materials, giving a quick infusion of money. I wonder if I can use that to blow up one of my failed colonies. Mineral seeding unlocks mineralized action on Iceball Desert Lava Planet. Cost 15, chain reaction turns the planet into a mineral-rich world. Infrawave detection unlocks infrawave station structures. Reveals a large area around itself, probes all signals occurred. Let's see, so it's a fast way to scan a bunch of signals. Oh yeah, once you research a couple of technologies, it locks out the tier, so I can't actually get quantum sensors. So there's a lot of constant stuff that, like, blocks off various things. You're constantly having to, like, kind of make decisions and leave some things behind. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a cut in here, and I'm going to keep going. I don't know... 12 years until the end of this run. There we go, we're about halfway, so there should be one extra episode in this series, which... sounds like a pretty good balance. Folks, thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video on Slipways. I think it's quite lovely. See you next time. Bye-bye.